Check, check, check. We are on. We are live. What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the DNA podcast, episode 1. I am here, obviously, with my co-host, always, and best friend, Dominic.
What up? How's it doing?
Awesome. Listen, guys, we got a great podcast today. All right. Just want to let you guys know we appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys check out everything that we got, Instagram, TikTok. We're going to be posting all of our shorts, all of our gaming channel stuff, everything there. Hit us up if you guys got any questions you want to ask us, any ideas.
Start a new year off pretty good.
Yeah. Speaking of the new year, how was your New Year's, bro?
It was good. Had a couple drinks.
Yeah. Where were you at?
At a casino.
Oh, you're at a casino?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
It was all right. It was pretty social. Meet a bunch of people. You know, you got to fill it out. You got to make sure that everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, you were by yourself, right? That's right. You were by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just stayed home, man. I was at a party of one, dude. I got hella drunk and just started laughing, trying to tell, everybody to be quiet because, it was crazy. I was talking to myself.
Really?
I was watching a movie, just talking to myself, telling myself to be quiet.
You were watching Animal Planet, nature documentaries. I love those.
I was watching Yellowstone. I got into Yellowstone.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, man, yeah. I already finished it. I'm kind of upset. Finished all of the seasons in a week.
That's excessive.
It's an easy concept. It's a very easy concept. The show is very simple. But look, speaking of shows, all right, something we're very passionate about is stories. And every show starts with a story. And every story has a background. And Dominic and I, man, have we been creating stories for years. We go back all the way to high school.
We have a bunch.
Oh, man. We have a bunch. So many stories, guys. And the first one we just finished, it's a great one. It's probably one of our favorites. And we're going to share it with you guys just because we just feel like it's super special.
I love our one character. I'm not going to say any names, but you already know who I'm talking about. He's such a
child magnifique, bro. Let me tell you something about him. I'm not gonna give you guys too many details about this guy, but you would want him as your best friend. Let me tell you,
cool guy,
coolest guy,
really cool guy,
based off a real person. No, I'm just kidding.
No real people. No,
nobody's this cool.
No, he's pretty badass.
Yeah,
I mean, but even some of the side characters that we've created. They've been
some we even have in the works right now. I know I'm working on a couple. I got in my side notes because we're working on story 3,
2 and 3.
Yeah, we're working on stories 2 and 3 right now.
They're like short stories. They're not too long.
They're just prequels and sequels to story 1, really. Because remember, all of our stories are kind of connected. We don't want to give away too much, but we're just gonna let you guys know that our stories are all kind of connected.
I think that the best part about it is we came together, kind of put our minds together, worked our hardest on it, put a lot of time into it, put a lot of effort.
Oh my god, yeah. Literally, guys, this would be like just some days just coming straight from work, going home, saying hi to the family, eating some dinner, getting a call. What are you doing? Done? You want to work on a story? Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah,
bring the laptop over, bring the notebook, just start writing down some script ideas, going over some line dialogue. Like, that was the fun part. And now the great part about it, the most experiencing part, is getting to share it with you guys. And we're going to dive into that later. We have plenty of time.
Actually, right now, we're going to play a clip.
Dad? Dad, you? My sons?
Yeah.
Where are you?
We're downstairs.
These blasted steps. I had Matt call the carpenter. Tell him to get one of those lifty chairs or whatever. Help me down the steps, boy. So yeah, that was a little bit of our recording that we were doing, and that was late at night too.
Oh, really late.
Yeah.
Really, that was like a sleepless night for us.
Yeah, I
Yes.
didn't think we went to bed that
was
night. I think
intense.
we stayed up until the sun came up, just working on the story, and just coming up with different voices on how. I think that was the funnest part. Was coming up with the voices for me was so fun, dude. You know, nailing.
I mean, I can say that for me personally, the sound effects. The sound effects really kind of pull the story together, pull the narrative, get you kind of in the zone. There is no visual to it, so you kind of have to focus on the whole. Let's bring in how are we gonna make glass shattering, or
how are we gonna make walking sounds? How are we gonna make somebody? How was the sound of a cane stomping on the ground? It's that.
It's just more of.
It was trial and error, and just coming together and being like, okay, this is what we're coming with for now.
Let's say, for reference on the podcast, that is a first draft of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, pretty much. And we have a bunch of people who we are in contact with personally who want to help with the story and with dialogue. And if you guys know anybody, or if you guys are interested in, wanting to play any side characters, as you heard in the story, or if you heard any side characters in, that little playback we just played, more than interested, go to our email, hit us up. We'll be more than happy to hit you back. We love hitting back our fans and letting them know how much we appreciate you guys.
I think this drive for the story is going to come out really well.
Yeah.
The way we have like heart in these characters
100%.
really puts a point of passion people can see, and they can just understand. Hopefully. That's the goal. Whenever anybody has kind of a passion project like we have, other people can kind of see, like, okay, like they're trying.
And not just that, like I see what you're saying. Not just that, but they're also seeing what the taste we kind of have is. They'll be like, oh man, these guys have a really kind of different take on horror or whatever they're trying to show us.
Romance.
Yeah, like really, our story is not a romance, obviously. But I mean,
you never know, dude. That cane can really get people frisky.
I mean, guys, we have another story. Like, we have literally another story in the works that we have talked about and we have discussed and we have written in our notes, like put away. And that's like a 9-part series. Like, what we're talking about with you guys now is 5. And I'm not going to spoil anything about the 9-part series. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just saying you guys should stay, because we have a super, 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 super deep dive into. I don't want to say anything else because
I want to say this, that
go ahead. I don't want to be the only one saying anything.
When we start putting these out, we do have a kind of underlying like, I don't know how to explain it. Help me elaborate on it more, but there is a theme underneath all of these stories. And if anybody 100%. Can put the theme together, that would be we would shout you out. The first person to get it gets a shout out.
Yeah. There's a constant theme that goes on with all of our stories, and it's embedded in Dom and I, bro, and that's what really drove our friendship, was the fact that we were so passionate about, horror characters and horror icons. Like for instance, my favorite, like my top 5. If you had to make a Mount Rushmore, which I'm gonna have in my backyard, by the way, of my future home, I'm gonna have a Mount Rushmore.
A Mount Rushmore.
No, a Mount Rushmore.
Are you gonna do
horror
it yourself?
Characters?
Yeah. Oh well, come on.
Of horror characters.
Let me be honest.
No. Let me say. Let's be honest, right?
Okay.
How many heads are on Mount Rushmore? 5.
I believe so.
5 heads are on Mount Rushmore.
I believe so.
So if you got 5 heads on Mount Rushmore, those are the fucking greatest. Those are the goats. The goats of horror for me. See, I don't want to turn anybody
There's
off.
Actually 4 faces on
There's
Mount
4.
Rushmore. There's only 4.
Okay, that makes it a little harder. But you know what? It's kind of easy for me, because it's people that, it's like, these are horror icons that I grew up with and that are like classics in my head.
I think mine are gonna be pretty much similar, but I might have a couple.
I think ours are gonna be similar because you and I are kind of like we're the same, but we're different.
Are you talking only slashers? Or are you talking,
I'm talking
every horror like?
I'm talking about the face of that horror,
Okay.
horror movie that scene. So, for instance, my first one. Let me give you an example.
Sounds
Trick or
good.
Treat, Sam Pumpkinhead.
Okay.
Sam.
Okay.
You know, little Sam with the lollipop.
Yep.
That guy.
Okay.
Put him on the left.
Good one.
First one.
All right. Yeah.
Starting off pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
Second one. You already know. Hello, Sydney.
What's your favorite
scary movie? Yes. Scream. Ghostface. He's up there. Put him up there. And then obviously you got the boogeyman, bro. You got Michael fucking Myers at number 3.
Okay.
And then number 4, my all-time favorite, the GOAT of horror. Like, you cannot get any scarier than this motherfucker, right? It has to be... Bro, I don't want to say it because it's like, I'm going to save mine for last.
Okay.
Because I want you to say yours and then I will tell you mine.
Okay. So if I had to pick my top 4,
and then you and I will say the last one at the same time.
My very first one, this is gonna be hated by all. I feel like Chucky.
Okay, I can see why you would say that.
Chucky is my favorite.
But there's people out there who are terrified of dolls.
I am. What do you think?
I'm scared of dolls.
I'm terrified of them.
But I'm bigger than dolls, so now I've realized that.
my grandma had porcelain dolls.
Oh, I hate those.
All around her house.
Ugh. Dude, Jocelyn's mom collects clown dolls.
Clowns?
Oh, clown dolls. Fucking with the smiley faces, bro. And then the ones that
the Jack in the Box.
Oh, those things terrify me, bro.
You know there's a movie for that?
Jack in the Box?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, there's an actual movie. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. My lady does not want to watch it.
No way. Okay. All right. So Chucky, you got Chucky. Okay.
Chucky.
I understand. Okay, number 2. Let's hear him.
Hellraiser.
Really, Pinhead? You're into the fucking
Hellraiser.
Sexual fucking horror, huh?
It's not even a sexual.
Bullshit. Pinhead is all about that, you know, that... Bro, that dude's
It's about pain.
Yeah,
it's about pain.
Okay, that's true.
It's about...
But everybody endures... It's about pleasure pain, though.
But at a certain point...
Pain through pleasure.
But at a certain point, when is it pleasurable to watch?
Never.
Exactly.
That's kind of true.
So it's painful to watch.
My 4th, though, still got you.
My
go
third.
ahead. Go.
My 3rd. Saw.
Bro! You fucked it.
How?
That was supposed to be... Okay.
You know who my favorite is?
I thought Saw was. That's
nope.
Bro, I was saving Saw for last.
Okay.
Because I thought... That's why I was like, Saw! I was going to be like, Saw!
Can I tell you who my favorite is of all time?
What?
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger? Really?
Freddy Krueger. The nightmares.
Even with all the story changes?
The nightmare. I'm talking original.
Okay.
I'm talking original, man.
But can you really sit down? Let me ask you a question, right? What would you rather sit down and watch? Freddy Krueger or Saw? Like, if you had to binge watch one through the night and you can only choose one, be honest with yourself.
Freddy Krueger.
Really?
You know why? Because when you're a kid, when you are a kid and you watch a scary movie, what's the first thing that happens when you wake up in the middle of the night?
Bro, you're terrified.
You had a nightmare. You know.
You were never worried that pig bitch was coming for you?
Nah, because that's...
You didn't hear a noise?
You know what's weird about that one? Is the weirdest thing is that's a real person.
That's what's scary.
I understand it's scary, but...
Because these motherfuckers can come for you in the middle of the night, stick you with that thing... Dude, my dad used to tell me that those people will come for you if you don't do your chores. I'm serious. Like, the first time I saw Saw, he was like, those people, they'll come for you if you don't fucking take out the trash.
Yeah, and then you take out the trash.
And then they're out there waiting for me, bro. And I was like, no, they're out there, Dad. What you talking about?
You come back in, he's like, Chupacabra's going to get you if you don't do the dishes.
Bro, my dad, funny story about the Chupacabra. My dad said he saw the Chupacabra in Mexico. But my dad also started drinking when he was like 9 years old.
9 years old. So that negates seeing the chupacabra.
I think so. But I do believe the story that he told me that he saw La Llorona.
No, we're not touching on that one.
You don't want to?
We can, but that one's kind of a nerve-wracking one.
It was in Mexico, bro.
She could be wherever she wants.
If you fucking give her that much power, yeah.
Any demon you
got
give
a
power.
dream catcher, dog. You're fine.
That's aesthetic.
It's gonna catch that bitch right there. She's gonna be in that fucking cage tomorrow.
That's Sasha's cage.
She'll be like, "Get out of here! Get me out of here! I'll go back."
I'll put Sasha in there with her.
She'll be crying.
Yeah, I'll put Sasha with her. She'll be like, "Get me out now!
See, fuck
now!"
That bitch. Fuck that bitch. Oh, yeah, what the fuck?
No, it's I believe the when I was a kid, the best part of
folklore stories.
No, like the best part about watching horror movies was the fear.
And then when horror movies didn't do it, you got into books, right? Did you ever watch the Scary Stories to Tell After Dark?
Oh my gosh, those are
my
so good.
books. I read all the Goosebumps books as a kid. Those were the only books I read. So
the Goosebumps is a good series.
Here's the thing, I was so hooked on Goosebumps that the librarian actually stopped me from getting them. True story.
Me and my sister would watch all the Goosebumps like series.
I watched the series, but here's the thing: the librarian stopped me from getting the TV shows. Because I guess they were too mature.
Really?
Yeah. So she let me get the books, but I couldn't get the fucking TV shows.
Downtown?
No, bro, this was when I was living in like Corlitas. Yeah, like when I used to live on like Washington Boulevard in like Corlitas, near freaking the library over there near the middle school.
Okay.
And I used to walk to that library, and I used to just get a Goosebumps book, go home, read it, finish it that night before I went to bed, and then I would go to freaking school, get on the bus, go home, or not go home, get on the bus, go to that library, drop that book off, and then try to get that movie so I could watch it.
I feel it. What's your favorite Goosebump?
My favorite one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's easy, bro. The freaking Haunted Mask.
The Haunted Mask.
The Haunted Mask. The one where the mask is like, if you put it on, it's stuck to your face forever. That one's crazy. Or the one where it's the pumpkin snatchers, where the pumpkins grab you, and they'll fucking bring you and eat you, and they'll like snatch your body, and they'll take your body over.
You know what mine is?
What?
It's not really like, I feel like after you like watch it, it's not really too like scary. It's the kid mouse, or they're at their parents. They're at home, I believe, and they turn like 15, and they find out they're all vampires.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah,
but there was another one too that I liked, where it was like the librarian's a monster. That one got me too.
You know what's another good horror series?
Or my librarian's an alien or some shit.
Alien. That I don't think I've seen that one.
Or Night of the Aliens. Have you seen that one? That's another good one. That's an entertaining one. Where aliens take over on Halloween. That's a
that's a good idea.
But dude, R.L. Stein already took it.
Who would you like? But who would know?
Well, that's the funny part, bro. That's like the whole concept of what is it? Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You know, they come down and everybody thinks that they're just a circus, but they're really messing people up. I'm so excited about the game, by the way. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game.
Wait, they have a game coming out?
Oh, dude, look up the trailer for it. It looks great.
Really?
Great reviews. IGN gave it like a 9.8 out of 10.
IGN's a great service.
Yeah, great fucking company.
They are making a...
They already made one, no? Or it's in testing?
That's the film. Definitely, you know what? I've actually never seen this. Huh.
You're about to get a live reaction, folks.
This is cool. You know, I used to have a phobia of clowns when I was a kid.
did too when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a big fear of clowns.
You know what's scary about them? They were always happy.
No, my biggest fear was like...
They were always happy.
I had a fear that they would eat me. Because I saw that movie. I saw Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and that movie terrified me about clowns.
I understand the whole eating, like...
I thought that they would eat me, bro. Like, I thought that they would kidnap me and eat me.
I don't know. I don't know if they... Like
Because I was
what?
a kid.
Okay, but like
That was like my fear. I was
they
like, they're
probably-
gonna take
they-
me and eat me.
they probably explain it in the movie, but what makes humans so like good to eat?
Because remember, they're traveling. They're traveling.
No, I
through
never watched
space.
it. I just
Oh,
told
you've
you I
seen
never.
it?
No, I just.
Oh, well, they're
gonna
traveling through
watch it.
space, and then they stop here on Earth, and then they kidnap. They take all of our bodies, and they take as much of us as they can.
So they're skinwalkers.
No. They're taking our bodies so they can eat it. You want to watch
Mm.
a good skinwalker movie? Watch Antlers.
No,
Antlers
no,
is a great
no.
skinwalker
Wait,
movie.
Antlers is
Netflix.
recap me.
Antlers is about a family that goes up to a cabin, and in that cabin there's like an uncle and like I think a couple other family members.
Mhm.
But then they start being terrorized by they think is like a bear, right?
Okay.
But then they realize it's not a bear; it's a Wendigo.
Wendigos are cool.
Wendigos are badass because that's something that I actually think is real.
Do you think so?
I think they're real. I think that they're a
Alright.
form. I think they're an animal. I think they're an animal. I think they're an animal that is like a hybrid. I think they're a hybrid animal that we just haven't been able to hunt, or if we have tracked them down and hunted them, they have taken us out because they're a fucking hybrid and they're a lot stronger than we are.
You know what the Wendigo reminds me of? Thing.
It does really, because it can really take the
Mm.
form of anything. It's camouflage,
Yeah.
right? It literally can take any form of any creature and then form back into itself.
I think that's the scariest creature you can face.
Oh yeah, skinwalkers.
Can you imagine like your wife walking up to you?
She's not my wife.
She's not your wife. You're like, whoa.
That's fucking tough.
How do you?
That's like that whole Walking Dead kind of situation, then, right? It's like, what do you do when you wake up the next morning and your fucking spouse is a zombie?
You
Like,
stab her in the throat.
You do?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, no, not really. Really, what you do is you cry in the bathroom for about 5 minutes, and then you stab her in the throat because you
Wow.
realize zombies happen.
I'll make sure to let Kylie know that you only cried for 5 fucking minutes, dog. That's crazy.
Hey, she got 5 minutes. She's dead.
She's a zombie now, okay?
She's a zombie. I think zombies is more of a fight or a flight kind of deal.
Well, yeah.
So when it happened, okay, so we've talked about this before.
100 times.
Well, what would happen? You know, blah 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 blah. Blah. It breaks down tomorrow.
Zombie apocalypse happens the next morning. We talk about this all the time.
What would happen?
Oh, easy.
So here's the thing: is not a lot of people realize that they have that fight in them. But you go throughout your day-to-day life not knowing if you have it or not because
You can harness it, and you have to.
Well,
you don't want to show that side of you.
not even that. Here's the thing. You are put in a scenario where you now have to fight for your life or you have to run. That's the big thing. If somebody's trying to eat my face off,
Now, but we're talking, what kind of zombies we talking here? Like,
probably,
let's
probably
be realistic.
slow because they're dead.
Yeah, I don't understand the concept behind zombies that are fast. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Adrenaline.
No,
Adrenaline, dead.
no, it's a virus. A virus doesn't run off of adrenaline.
You don't think so?
No fucking way. A virus is not, it doesn't have adrenaline. A virus is a parasite. A virus is a fucking...
It needs a host.
Yeah, it needs a host to live. You think
Yeah.
something like that needs adrenaline? I don't think it has adrenaline. What I think fast zombies were only meant to kind of like curb the whole stereotype behind slow zombies.
Rabies.
That's terrifying.
Rabies
Because
is
rabies
terrifying.
makes anything want to attack you.
Mm.
A mouse will come at you.
Have you
bro.
seen the movie Quarantine?
I love that movie.
No, not Quarantine. It's like
VHS.
no. There's a movie where a reporter
Yeah,
goes with
it's
the fire
Quarantine,
department. Is
dog.
it Quarantine?
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
That movie. That's the one movie that I saw that didn't have a happy ending. I was like, oh fuck.
I think it's crazy that they go to the anybody. This is a spoiler, but it's definitely if you haven't watched it.
If you want to go
Yeah.
watch it, pause it now and then go watch it and,
And
then
then
come
come
back.
back, yeah.
So we're gonna give you that second. Okay, now we're gonna talk about it.
Quarantine.
Yeah.
So when the first lady bites her, I was like, okay, what is this? And I didn't realize it at first, but then I caught on to it about like once I seen the foaming. I think they foam out of the mouth.
No, they did.
They didn't fall out of
But
the
no,
mouth?
they did. And what kind of gave it away to me was the dog. And that's what kind of really put that movie in retrospect, that this was going to be a crazy movie that was going to be gory.
Well,
Because they literally showed that rabied ass dog go into that elevator and maul that dude for like a good 5 seconds. You got to see that dude get shredded.
Well, check it out. Here's the symptoms for rabies.
Aggression.
Well, dizziness, fatigue, fever, loss of appetite, and malice.
Malice is anger.
Malice is anger. It's
Malice is anger.
like anger that you can't control, huh?
Yeah, malice is like I just don't have I don't have control over this anger towards you right now.
Delirium, fear, or hallucination.
So I'll look at you and see something else.
Dude, you could hallucinate somebody trying to attack you.
I think that's what that was like. I think that's what that whole movie kind of was too. Maybe that old lady felt like she was being attacked, so that's why she attacked the firefighters and the police officers first. But you know how that whole movie like came into being, right? Somebody in that apartment complex was making rabies-filled rats.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say before we spoiled the end.
Yeah, and then VHS 2 goes into that, and that dude. Was
VHS is the same.
I mean, Quarantine 2.
Quarantine 2.
Quarantine 2. Have you seen that?
Not to get off topic, scariest movie I think I've ever seen by myself. Sinister.
Scariest movie I've seen.
Have
by
you
myself.
never seen Sinister? Wait, that
No, scariest movie I've seen by myself was Human Centipede.
that's not scary.
The fuck?
That's not scary, dude.
You get invited into somebody's house and then now
That's
your
sinister.
mouth is sewn. Oh, I hated that movie.
You didn't like
I
it?
hated that fucking movie.
I was
fucking
terrified.
Stupid.
I was terrified.
So fucking stupid. Who the fuck vlogs a death?
No, it's not.
You're
that.
vlogging.
That
Bro,
dude.
that movie is so stupid they made a parody about it, Dom.
You know,
Where
but
he break dances. That character break dances, bro. I laughed at that dude break dancing for a solid 30 seconds. I want you to know.
you like
sorry.
Conjurings at least?
The Conjurings are fucking great.
They're awesome.
The greatest fucking horror movies
I
you've
think
ever
they.
read. I think they kind of got out of style, though.
No,
Yeah, of course.
the
Conjuring
nun.
4
The
fucks
nun
up.
killed it.
Nun's stupid.
The devil inside brought it back.
Devil Inside's great.
Yeah, they
You know
brought
a
it back
movie- you know
definitely
a
for
movie
that.
is also great. Malignant. I know you haven't seen Malignant yet.
I've seen Maleficent.
Maleficent?
Maleficent.
You said it. You said it right.
Maleficent.
You said it right. That's Jocelyn's favorite horror character.
Maleficent.
Maleficent. Yeah. But yeah, no, Malignant. I know you haven't seen Malignant. That's a great fucking horror movie.
Run it. Like, what is it?
So Malignant is about a chick who is being suspected of murdering a bunch of people, but she doesn't remember murdering these people, but she's being spotted at the scenes of the crimes. So
she did it.
No. What ends up happening is she finds out she has a conjoined twin who's a psychopath who takes over her body, and the only reason it came into being was because her abusive husband smacked her head up against a wall and woke it up. Because when she was born, the doctors put it to sleep, put her conjoined twin, who's on the back of her head, asleep. But then when her husband bashed her head up against the wall, it woke up her conjoined twin. The conjoined twin puts her sister to sleep, takes over her sister's body, kills her husband, and then frames her sister for it.
So she did do it.
It's her conjoined twin who does it.
It doesn't matter. Same body.
So yeah, you're right.
Same body.
Yeah.
She did it. She did the action. She did the crime.
But what ends up happening is she locks her sister who's in the back of her head. She locks her like deep in her fucking memory.
You know what she should do to her? Put one of those saw traps on her.
Oh, that would fuck her up. But that was the whole cool thing about that movie is like how do you kill this character without killing the good guy? I feel
Is
like
she the good guy?
I love those concepts, guys. Let me tell you something. I love like concepts where you watch the good guy slowly turn into the bad guy. Like you lived long enough to see yourself become the villain. I
love that saying.
Yeah. Like you either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
And it makes sense for a lot of things, really.
It makes sense about life. Like you could go
No,
through your whole
no,
life. No,
you
you
could-
could go through your whole life being a good person, and then you fuck up one time, and now you're the villain forever.
Okay, but there's like exceptions to that.
Bullshit.
Like no, no,
Bullshit.
no, but that's no, but I'm okay with the people being the villain the rest of their life because they deserve it.
Exactly.
people
you
like-
need people like
People,
that.
no, like
No, but you need people to be that villain so that you know what bad looks like. Bro, you need to realize what bad is out there.
see, that's
You don't want everything to be good because then you'll never know what bad is.
if you lived in a life where only good was around,
Then you'll never know what bad is.
and you live in paradise.
No.
What are you talking about? You
Because
live
eventually you're going to leave paradise. Eventually paradise isn't going to be paradise anymore. You're going to run into trouble. And what happens when you run into trouble and you've never experienced trouble in your life?
that's true.
You're going to fold. People who come from troubled times end up handling troubled situations a lot easier. For instance, look at you and me. What fucking 25 and 26-year-old dudes have their own freaking cribs and have good fucking full-time jobs? Really be honest with yourself. None. Not a lot.
I've been through a lot for that.
Exactly, but that's the thing. You and I are both troubled, bro. We both came from troubled backgrounds and we've earned where
No,
we are.
I haven't came from a troubled background.
Bullshit.
But I get your point of view.
Tough
is like-
times bring tough people, right? That's a saying too. And is it fair to say that both you and I, we've been through tough times?
Yeah.
But everybody
yeah.
goes through tough times. But it's how you, that's what I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say is how you adapt to tough times. You adapted to tough times great. And I adapted to tough times great too. And look it, we started the podcast and look where we're at.
Having a good time. Hold up. All right.
All right. And we're back.
Had to take a little break.
Yep. Had to take a piss.
Why would you say piss?
Had to take a poo.
Why would you say that's worse? Ew.
What's worse, a pee or a poo?
Ew, don't talk about none of it.
No, bro. You know what's crazy?
Hmm.
This story. Like, we really need to dive into this story now.
Do you want to?
I think we should.
I think we should make a new one.
You think so?
Completely.
A completely new story.
Completely new story right now live.
Okay. So like off the top of our head?
Off the top of our heads.
Okay. I like that. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
I'll pick
I got a quick one, and then I'll
no. Make it long.
make
Drawn
mine
out.
long.
Long. No, but like something I
Like
could
5 minutes.
Something I could piggyback with you. No, like an hour.
No. Okay.
Something.
Okay, you wanna
something we
piggyback?
can. Something I can piggyback off of. And we can bounce. T.
Okay. And you know what? I challenge the viewers to try to nitpick what this is. I challenge you because I'm the kind of guy that likes to nitpick a movie. So, like, if you kind of know where this story is going, go ahead and try to finish it because I dare you. But I doubt you know where it's going. So, our story starts with a driver. This driver's name is Dalton Hayes. Dalton Hayes is a Indy race car driver. He took over his father's car, and this car has been in his family for about, I'd say, 2 generations because they come from a long line of race car driving families. So Mr. Hayes has a problem with his transportation. He's got to go 20 miles from one race that he just won to another race to finish. And he has to get there so that he can, get on the track, get a feel for it, and, do the race car kind of thing,
Do the
the pre-laps, all that
yeah.
stuff. I'm not sure how they get it done.
I don't know,
But they got to get training done.
in our story,
His car
to go
does sit-ups. His car is going to be doing sit-ups.
It's
It's going to be doing burpees. Anyway, so he's driving, and all of a sudden his phone dies. He was like, what the fuck? I thought I charged it. He doesn't really care. He has a map. So he uses this map, and it's a really old map that was left in the glove box. So he whips it out, uses it, and he takes this old road that's a straight shot, and it goes straight to the city that he needs to go to. But it's not showing up like on anything else. It's just on this map. So he gets a little confused by it. So he's like, whatever, we'll go on this road. Hits the road, gets on it, and he's on it for about 15 minutes. And then he starts realizing something. There's no other cars.
Not one.
Not one.
Not one.
And it's been dark since he got on this road.
Foggy too.
No, yeah, foggy
Foggy,
dark.
yeah,
So
yeah.
foggy dark. So like as soon as he got on the road, just mist dark. And now, in his taillight, he finally sees some headlights, and he's like, "Okay, reassurance. This road has people." Well, to his chagrin, this guy starts going nuts on his car. I mean, starts honking the horn, starts swerving, even tries to T-bone him, getting really close to T-boning him. Really close.
T-bone, you mean spinning him out from the back?
Like threatens, like he's swaying into it, like I'm gonna T-bone you, right? So Dalton has to make a decision, right? He now has to use his driving instincts to get away from this guy. But this guy keeps up with him. So now Dalton kicks it into another gear. And this guy still keeps up with them.
Ooh.
So now Dalton is getting to the point where it's like, okay, the only way I'm going to beat this guy is if I outrun him on this road. And he rides this road for about 30 to 45 minutes, and he's starting to realize that this guy isn't quitting. So Dalton does the one thing that you wouldn't think he would do. He pulls off to the side of the road, he gets out of his vehicle, and he tells the driver that he's not afraid of him anymore. I'm not going to run from you.
The driver gets out carrying a shotgun.
Walks up to Dalton.
Starts shooting his backlights out. Now he's scared. He's really scared.
But the guy's masked. That's what I didn't mention. The guy's got a hat on, and he's got a freaking bandana covering half of his face. His skin is a weird color. His skin is like a grayish kind of blue.
He looks older.
He looks really old. And his hair is like pitch white. So he takes his hat off, and he takes off his bandana, and all you see is a decayed old man that is just weathered beyond his years, but Dalton recognizes him. He is a legendary race car driver that went missing a couple generations ago. He got lost on a road and never was found.
Dalton, realizing this, gets back in his car out of fear and starts driving back towards the other road.
Once Dalton gets on the road, he realizes that this guy isn't following him, but he goes the opposite way.
The guy stares at him. Just
shakes his head. And
the whole time.
Like, I can't believe you're leaving. But Dalton kind of sealed his own fate by leaving. He shouldn't have left. Because that old man blowing out his headlights was kind of a tell sign of something that was to come that was worse. The whole way you're supposed to get out of the dark isn't by venturing into it more. By getting out of the dark, you need to go back to where the light was. Dalton messed up by going onto that road and continuing to go down. He should have turned around.
He did turn around.
Well, finally, after finally being chased by a decayed old man,
It was too late.
and it was too late. As he's driving back, Dalton realizes that this road is never ending.
He sees the same man shaking
Oh
his
no,
head.
he sees a newer car driving, and now Dalton decides to chase him. And now Dalton needs to lift his curse so that he can leave the road. And the end.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. What?
See, how I was going to end it was the old man was going to curse Dalton to where now the old man can leave the fog and the hazy road, but Dalton now has to try to curse somebody else who goes on that road. So he now has to wander that road trying to curse somebody so he can leave. But then you went off, and I had to kind of get it back.
It's okay.
But I got it.
That's what a story is, though.
Yeah.
That's collaboration.
And you see how we were able to work together to get
Yeah,
through it?
yeah.
So,
I like that. All right, so
I think that was a good story. But that was my story. That was Angels.
no, that was
That was it started
Yes.
here and
Oh,
then
oh.
collaborated with
Oh,
the,
I see. I
yeah.
see.
So now we get the piece of resistance, the best, the last. Let's go.
The best. It's not the best, but picture this. It's modern times.
Rainy day, really rainy,
Re-
super rainy.
super
Like you want to get
storm.
out of this rain.
You hear the storm.
Is it dark?
Couple lights.
A couple lights. Oh shit. Okay. So super rainy.
This man's walking down a street. And he sees a very vibrant blue door. Barely open.
How old is this guy? I think
I
the
would
guy's like in
say-
his 30s. The guy's a middle-aged man.
33.
33?
33
Okay.
works. Yeah.
Young, middle-aged, 33.
Yeah, 33 works.
So the guy's wise enough to realize, okay, I need to get the hell out of here. This
Oh,
blue
it's
door.
pouring. It's
But the blue door. So like, you know what? It's open. It opens for him though. And inside the door is what? He sees something that catches his eye, and he has to keep going in.
I think he sees another blue door.
You think he just keeps going through because he sees the doors?
He sees another door, like like a hotel, like they have like the spinning door,
Mm-hmm.
but instead like this could be like a older hotel.
Okay.
So
So it's a rotating door. It's a blue rotating door.
yeah, it could be definitely a blue rotating door.
But it's constantly spinning. So he has to time it.
Oh, and he jumps in.
Mm-hmm. So it's constantly...
Mm.
And then he goes in. And then as he's going in, he comes out the other side. And then you see the same blue door. But
looking back.
there's something else in that room. There's an addition to that room. There's one thing that was added to that room.
What was added?
Let's give him an item.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's give him an umbrella. So
An
he sees
umbrella.
an umbrella.
Umbrella stand with no umbrellas.
No, an umbrella. He picks up the umbrella and he's like, okay, something to survive the rain. Because think about it, this guy's walking home, right? Mm-hmm. So he's walking home. So he walks into this blue door and he's like, okay, this is probably a store. I can get an umbrella. He gets an umbrella now. So then he goes through the other door.
Times it.
Yep. And then he walks into the other room. Now this is the second room. Now there's another singular item. What can help him get through the rain? What's another item that can
Another a raincoat.
Raincoat. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, poncho.
So now he's like, okay, I got an umbrella. I got a raincoat. He turns around to try to leave. Doors aren't there. So now he has to keep going. He's like, okay, if I just keep going, maybe I'll get more stuff. I'll get out of here. It'll be okay.
Curious to know what's going on.
Yeah, he looks around too. There's nothing else. All you see is it's a dark room and there's this blue door. Every time you venture into the blue door, all you see is a dark room, that one item that you can pick up, and then the blue door in front of you. If you turn around, it's just a solid black room. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He walks into the third room. Right? Looks. Nothing on the floor. But there's a spinning door. He turns around, and now he sees a little girl. And she's sitting on the floor. And she's playing all by herself. So the guy doesn't pay any attention to her. He's like, okay, she's probably just here by herself. He goes through the door. Walks through the door.
Moment of silence. You can't hear anything behind him. Knowing that there was a storm outside. Curious why he can't hear it. He hears a little girl laugh. The laugh gets faint, but you can definitely hear somebody's laughing. Looks around. There's a light above a table. It's the little girl. As he's walking closer to her, he realizes that he just walked into an anomaly. Something that nobody can really explain. As he walks up to the girl, the little girl explains. The more doors equals more floors. Curious, he asked the little girl, "Hey, what does that mean?" She just keeps repeating herself. The more doors equals more floors. He ends up tapping her on the shoulder. She turns around very slowly, not too quick. And in her face, nothing. Just a spinning blue door. Out of fear, he looks behind him. He sees another wood hard oak door, not spinning. So as he thinks he can get out, he takes that exit. He ends up going through the door just to find an umbrella. Thinking that he's getting out, he looks around, sees another door, goes to open the door and hears a girl laugh. As he turns his head over his shoulder to the left, he hears the laugh get louder, more playful, more frantic. As he breaches the shoulder, nothing's there. Looks in front of him, there's nothing. It disappeared.
That's crazy.
Little short stories.
He's just stuck. He's now stuck in this anomaly forever.
There's a woman walking down the street in the rain. No kidding. It starts over again. It just starts over
now
again.
She goes into the blue anomaly. Oh, no. Don't do it. Don't freaking do it.
She walks in, sees nothing but spinning doors.
And
Sees
starts hearing a whisper, more doors equal more flies. And she's like, hello. And then cuts to black. Shit. You don't engage with that little girl, bro. Leave her alone.
Leave her alone, bro.
Don't fuck with the blue girl. Don't fuck with the blue door girl.
Here, knock.
Oh, that'd be terrifying. Imagine her knocking on her face. That's what that noise is. It's her just going,
Oh my god.
oh my god, that'd be terrifying.
She starts crawling up the walls.
Oh, of the solid black room, and all you
Yeah.
see is her freaking door face crawling everywhere,
Just
dude.
everywhere.
She'd be terrifying. She'd be the thing of nightmares.
Those
those are just the small little stories that we got for you guys.
That's something we'd like to do more of.
Yeah. But I think this is a good place to call it.
Think so?
Yeah. I think this is a good place to call it. But we are going to wish you guys a good night, a happy new year, and make sure you guys stay tuned because next week's podcast is going to be even better. We're going to hopefully have a guest maybe, special guest come on. If you guys want to see anybody come on our podcast, please hit us up. Let us know in our email. What's that email? Dom and Angels.
Can't think. We'll leave it in the
Yeah, we'll put it in the description for you guys because we can't really think about it right now.
like, subscribe.
Peace and love, baby. Appreciate
Peace
you
and
guys,
love.
man. Appreciate
This was
everybody.
fun. This was cool.
This was awesome.
This was I definitely think that we should see how this goes. Keep going.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, we're going to call that a night, guys.
Have a good one.
All right. Later.